Welcome to the movies, pal. Good to see ya. I'm glad you found your way in. I've got your seat saved for you. It's nice and dusted off. Don't worry, I Lysol'd it and all the germs and stuff. I mean, you're the only one who sits there. So if you're bringing in germs and shit, it's on you. But I Lysol'd it. I cleaned it off. There was some crust on it from last time. I'm not gonna ask, but just Jesus, don't do that again. Oh my God. Anyway, it's almost Halloween here in the theater, and I'm gonna be planning some fun Halloween events. I think I'm gonna be doing a theme month. But why don't we get ready for Halloween together? I've got a film to talk to you about today that's quite unique. It was a new first-time watch for me, and it is a slasher movie that takes place on Halloween, and one that really surprised me, and I think it's going to surprise you. Why don't we talk about a little film called Happy Hell Night. From 1992, directed by Brian Owens, this is the 88 Films release, so keep that in mind. If you want to watch this movie, this version is Region B. Let me introduce you to Happy Hell Night. This was a first-time watch for me, and oh boy, I'm so glad I discovered this film. I took a throw on it. I said, you know what? I've never heard of it. I do love the red case. I'm a sucker for colored cases. That's probably going to change in the immediate future, just budget-wise. But man, the last few things I've grabbed with red cases from 88 Films have been really, really good. And I said, let me grab it. Happy Hell Night. Sounds like a good time. A fun little Halloween slasher. And I'm so thrilled I did. Happy Hell Night is a wonderful little picture. It's something that has eluded me. I don't know that I've ever seen this movie. I think most well-known because it stars a young Sam Rockwell. I think he's got one line, maybe two lines. He's mostly shown in flashbacks. He plays the younger version of Darren McGavin, who's also in the movie. Not as the Night Stalker, but as the father of the head of a fraternity that is hazing new members. And of course, things go awry.
Oh my.
60-some years ago, a deal with the devil was struck and a whole bunch of college co-eds were murdered. Slaughtered by a mysterious bald man with black, shark-like eyes, creepy ass footage, and a creepy ass slasher killer. That is our main antagonist here, a bald priest. I guess he's a priest. It's not 100% clear if it was the priest or not, but I think it was, who has pitch black eyes and only says two things. He says no and something else. As a matter of fact, I think that adds to the uniqueness of the character, the fact that not only that he talks, but that he has a very specific way of talking. For example, he killed somebody having sex. He says, no sex. That's just a brief example. I don't want to give too much away because I feel this is a really fun movie to discover and enjoy. If you've never seen it and you're a big slasher fan like I am, it fits the bill of something along the lines of a Halloween. Something along the lines of, a similarly titled film, Hell Night. It has all those ingredients very much in the realm of a perfect 80s slasher, but it is a 90s film, early 90s. You wouldn't really tell. I actually felt like this was an 80s movie, so the fact that it's 92, don't let that distract you from the quality of the movie. It's very much in keeping with that style. Something you won't notice, something I only found out when I watched the special features, is that it's not an American movie. I mean, it's American cast, it's spoken in English, director's American. It was filmed in Yugoslavia. Of all places, the producers were Yugoslavian, they knew how to get money, whatever. They filmed in Yugoslavia. You can't tell, though, although some of the architecture, certainly the fraternity building, is very strange. I remember seeing that and thinking, well, that's unique for a fraternity building on a college campus. That was my first tip off that something might be off, but Yugoslavia would have been the farthest place I would have chosen if I had a list. It would be at the bottom. Yugoslavia would probably be at the bottom. Happy Hell Night starts off pretty strong. However, it does take kind of a detour around the middle. That's the problem with a lot of these movies. They do have kind of a soft, sluggish middle. So keep that in mind. It's not nonstop kills. You get a little bit of action in the beginning. You get a little bit of a setup. You have to introduce the characters. There's some interpersonal drama. There's two brothers. One who's both sons of Darren McGavin, by the way. One is like the head of the fraternity, and the younger one is sort of the new pledge. And they're both having sex with the same girl.
You must be kidding, aren't you?
She's cheating on the older brother with the younger brother. And so there's this whole interpersonal drama situation going on that sort of takes up the bulk of, I would say, the first half of the movie. He's sent on this hazing assignment to take a picture of the priest who slaughtered all these kids back in the day. He's kept in this mental hospital, locked away. And I guess nobody feeds him because he's covered in spider webs. Nobody opens the door, whatever. He's still alive, comes out, goes crazy. It is the Michael Myers story. He escapes from a mental hospital and goes on a killing spree kind of thing. The movie really picks up at about typically the 45-minute, 50-minute mark. And then it is a kill spree. And the good news is, none of the kills, from what I remember, and maybe there were one or two that are off camera, but most of the kills are on camera, and they're all very juicy. There's one girl played by Georgia Fox here, who you might know from CSI. She's on the behind the scenes as well. I think she's the only one interviewed. I think there's an audio commentary by Nathaniel Thompson and Tim Greer, which is amazing. And then you get an interview with her and an interview with the composer. So she's the only actor that's actually, for some reason, factors into the behind the scenes show, which is interesting. Anyway, her character, without giving anything away, probably has the best death in the movie, and it is fantastic. And you won't really see it. I mean, you see it being set up, but you won't really guess how she's gonna get it. And the way she buys it is fucking nuts. And as she says in the behind the scenes, she has the longest death scene. It's definitely milked on camera. This is a pretty gory, pretty juicy movie. From what I recall, there's no nudity. I might be Oh, no, there's a little bit of nudity, very brief. So it's not a nudity-heavy movie. This isn't a super booby movie, but it certainly takes all the boxes when it comes to a perfect slasher movie. Gory, on-camera kills, a little bit of skin, drunken teenagers, and a setting and a plot that organically delivers all those ingredients. So it is a very satisfying stew, melange, if you will, of a movie. Happy Hell Night is simple. It knows what it is, it delivers what it is, and it delivers it very, very well. This is something that I am happy to have in my collection, something I will revisit in the Halloween season. And it's probably one of the best, blind buy slasher discoveries I've made this year in 2021. Happy Hell Night is fantastic. It's a really fun movie. It does slow down, but most slashers slow down in the middle. That does happen. I'm going to dock a star for it. Just because it does get a little sluggish in the middle, and you kind of like, okay, so when is that bald guy coming back? Because that was pretty damn good. But once he shows up, the movie is off the rails fun, and it does not pull its punches. It delivers shocks and thrills, spills, blood, all that good stuff. It is a wild ride. It's going to get 4 stars from your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos. It is a fantastic movie, and it looks phenomenal here on Blu-ray from 88 Films. This release is fantastic. I'm going to open it up for you so you can see. It's just a red case inside. There's the disc. If you've never bought from 88 Films, I highly recommend this company. They're very, very good. They do a lot of Jackie Chan films. That's most of my 88 Films collection is actually Jackie Chan titles from them. It is Region B. Do keep that in mind. Rated 18, so you can't watch that unless you're 18. That's okay. I won't tell anybody. Go ahead. Tons of special features here, commentary, couple of interviews, composer, one of the actors. Don't buy it for Sam Rockwell, though. He's barely in it. But it's nice to see him in it, and I think it's kind of cool that this is sort of where he got his start, very briefly anyway. Very well made, very surprising, and it's a lean and mean movie that knows exactly what it is, and thank the heavens for it. Happy Hell Night. Do you have it? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. Two-way conversation here on Master Chaos Theater. Always, my friend. I'm honored to have this movie. I love the red case. So here's the back. case you're curious, he uses a pickaxe, one of those mountain climbing pickaxe things. It's a very unique slasher weapon. I thought that was very, very cool. Okay, my friend, it's time to close the theater down. I hope you enjoyed that review of Happy Hell Night. I certainly enjoyed bringing that review to you. My friend, thank you so much for giving me your time, and I hope we get to do it again. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you do, we'll get to do this again, and it will be an honor and a pleasure to do so. Do me a favor, leave me a thumbs up on the way out the door, and until we meet again, I love you. I love you just the way you are. Gotta grab the curtain, pull it across the silver screen here. Remember, you always have a seat here, Mastercast Theater, just for you. But until we meet again, the theater is closed for now.